Hi guys, how you doing? And welcome to your weekly update, week 19. It's postponed by 1 week. I'll come on to that a little bit later. But here we are, we're back, ready to give you an idea of what's been going on in my life over the last couple of weeks. So firstly, why did I take a week off? Well, to be totally honest with you, there's been a lot of changes in my life over the last 2 weeks. Now that sounds really dramatic, doesn't it? What I mean is my usual routine has been massively changed over the last couple of weeks for various reasons. Now, as I've discussed before, because of my mental health issues, I'm very much a routine person, and if I'm on the same routine, I can stabilise my head, I can concentrate, and everything's fine and dandy. However, as soon as that routine gets disrupted, which it has been, as I said, over the last couple of weeks, that really stresses me out, causes me to get incredibly anxious, which I have been. As I say, there's a lot of stuff been going on, which I'll come on to in a little bit. Now, it sounds all really stressful and horrible and nasty, but it's really exciting, and going forward, it's fantastic. But that change over the last couple of weeks has really played with my mind. And you may have noticed in the week 18 update a couple of weeks ago that there were some serious editing issues in there where I repeated a couple of clips and various bits and pieces. And although I'm an absolute beginner and amateur at this filming malarkey, I do try, as I do in everything, to try and be the best that I can, as I've mentioned before. And those silly little mistakes really kind of dragged me down. Not depressively, but just I felt, oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I have time to check that? And yeah, I felt kind of guilty about it. So I needed that break to get into a new routine, to clear my head out, and hopefully come back better and stronger. Ooh, it sounds very dramatic, doesn't it? But hopefully you'll enjoy this video as I talk what's actually been happening over the last 2 weeks. Because as I say, there's been a lot of stuff going on, most of it really exciting. So let's get on with it, shall we? So what's been happening over the last 2 weeks? Well, one of the main things that's changed is my youngest lad has gotten back to football, which means now he's training 3 nights a week. He's playing matches on a Saturday and a Sunday. And because I coach one of his teams, it means I'm going back to training sessions twice a week as well, plus matches on a Saturday. And it's really weird that both myself and the manager of the team have said to each other that because we haven't done anything football related for 6 months, we've kind of got into a routine where, you know, you spend the evenings at home with the family, you don't have to worry about training sessions, the weekends are yours because you haven't got to travel to matches, etc, etc. But getting from that point into full-on training mode and match mode is really hard. You know, thinking up new training sessions. Thankfully, I just coach. The manager deals with all of that. But yeah, we both said it's really weird from going 0 to 100% in the space of a week. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to settle back into it, and also to, as I said, to change my routine, because I'm so used to having evenings for myself. So if I wanted to do a bit of editing or watch a program with the missus or whatever, I could do that. But now I'm limited to, you know, a couple of nights a week if I want to. The other big issue I've had is I've gone back to teaching live classes. Now, again, really exciting. I'm really happy that I've gone back to it. However, same issues apply to the live class as it does to the football training. I haven't taught a live class for 6 months. And although I've been filming indoor cycling classes to you guys down the camera, it's a completely different story, environment, whatever you want to call it. Teaching to a camera and then finally teaching to a room full of members. Well, hopefully it's a room full. As I've said before in the intro, everything I do, I try to do the best of my ability. And it's amazing how rusty you get when you haven't taught a live class, because it's, as I say, completely different to teaching down the camera lens. So that kind of stressed me out, and I was really anxious before the first class. And the first live class I did was a Sunday morning that I have never done before. So I didn't know many of the members in that class. So they were seeing me for the first time, and I was teaching them my first class back. And yeah, it was a little bit rusty, but we got through it. It also didn't help that the Saturday before the Sunday morning, I taught at 9:30 on Sunday morning, I was at the Harlequins rugby match. Remember I said about the test event? So I'd been at the rugby on the Saturday, so I travelled to London, stayed down in London the Saturday night, may have had a few too many drinks, possibly, and then travelled back to Oxfordshire at 7:30 in the morning, ready for a 9:30 class. So yeah, it was all a little bit frantic, all a little bit stressful, but really excited to be back. I'm kind of getting back in the groove again now. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that can only improve. Also, during the last couple of weeks, I've had a new tattoo done. I've got 2 tattoos, and the last one I had done was probably about 10 years ago. So I've been thinking about what I could do to add to the collection, so to speak. And you know, you kind of forget what it's like to have a tattoo. If you've never had one before, it's basically a needle going into your arm at 1,000 times a second. It's crazy. It doesn't hurt, it just feels weird. I kind of like it.
I like it a lot.
But the tattoo itself, I was sitting in the studio for 6 hours getting it done, and I was incredibly nervous as ever. New experience again, new tattoo artist, never sat for that amount of time in a tattoo studio before, so that was really stressful. But the end result was really, really good. If you saw the pictures on my Instagram account, Richard1072, you'll be able to see the pictures of the tattoo. As I say, it's an extension of what I had originally, and there's a little memoriam for my dad on there as well. So yeah, if you want to see those pictures, head over to my Instagram account, Richard1072. I might throw a couple of pictures up in this video for you as well. So yeah, it's been mega busy. I've also had to clear the garage because I hadn't filmed an indoor cycling class for 8 weeks because of my back. I was incredibly unfit, and that was stressing me out that I needed to go back to teaching both on YouTube and also live. And I was, as I've mentioned before, I put on about 10 stone in 8 weeks, and I was incredibly unfit. So that was worrying me a lot because, again, you know, I'm one of these instructors, as most instructors are, that really puts the effort in when I'm teaching to try and help motivate my class, to show that I'm suffering just as much as they are. So yeah, that was quite stressful as well. But we got through it, and the weight's starting to come off, which is great. I'm starting to do a few more bits and pieces, which is awesome. So yeah, things are heading in the right direction, which is cool. So something else has happened. If you've been following this channel for a little while, you know that I have an MG convertible sports car called Margaret. Now, me and the missus bought it on a whim a few months ago, and we absolutely adore it. What is also nice is my mum and her other half also have an MG, not the same one, but an older MG, and which means that when this coronavirus thing finally disappears, we can go out together and have drives and whatever, which sounds really old and funky, but I can't wait. And it's also a car that my mum absolutely loves. She's been wanting one for ages and ages and ages, and has never got one. So she was a little bit jealous of us because we got this car. So they've been talking about getting a new car for a little while now, and they were originally looking at a sports car. They wanted a convertible sports car, and they were looking at the new MX-5s, the Mazdas, and they've been umming and ahhing for months and months and months about, shall we get another one, blah 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 blah. And I just happened to mention a particular car, and they were both like, oh yeah, that sounds really nice, but they're far too expensive, blah 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 blah. And my opinion of money is, if you've got it, spend it if it makes you happy. If it means you can go out and do something you want to do and make you smile and make you happy, just spend it. Don't worry about tomorrow, just go and do it, because you never know what's round the corner. And that's kind of rubbed off on them. My mum's a spender anyway, that's where I get it from. But my mum's Ralph Malcolm is a little bit more sensible to a degree. And they were umming and ahhing about this particular car. And when I was down for the rugby, I stayed with them for the Saturday, and they mentioned in conversation that they had booked a test drive of this particular car on Monday. And I knew straight away that it was going to be a case of, if they liked the car and it drove well, they were going to buy it there and then. So I messaged them Monday night, and the reply I got was, done deal, all sorted, picking it up Friday. I was like, happy days. Inside, I was incredibly jealous, because this is one of my favourite cars. I've always liked it, and yeah, this is what they've bought. So it's a Jaguar F-Type, 3 litre, supercharged, flat 6, convertible. And it is absolutely gorgeous. They came up for the weekend just gone, and Malcolm took me out in it, and what a car. Wow, talk about another level compared to Margaret the MG. Wow. And now I'm incredibly jealous. So I now know how my mum felt when we got the MG. Fair play to them, good on them. I couldn't be happier for the pair of them. They've actually done something, they've taken the plunge and they've done it, and hopefully they will enjoy it for a very long time, because it is an amazing car. And yeah, just sitting in it and hearing it, it's just, we went for a couple of tunnels in it, and the sound was incredible. Now, if you're not a car person, you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. But believe you me, if you were sitting in it, oh, it is absolutely stunning. So well done, Mum, well done, Malcolm. And yeah, I'm really jealous. So other stuff that's happened. Well, as I said in last week's or week before's weekly update, I've got some new gear. I'm still toying with the idea of potentially doing a podcast, and I've done a couple of test runs with the new gear, which again has taken time, because again, it's learning new stuff. It's new technology to me. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with it. So that has been a little bit stressful as well. So trying to find all this time to do various different projects is challenging, but you know, first world problems and all that. So yeah, the podcast thing is on the back burner a little bit at the moment, but it's certainly something I'm seriously considering. What is definitely not back on the back burner is my indoor cycling classes on YouTube. They are back. I launched class 11 on Monday, and if you haven't already seen it, get on board, have a look at it, see what you think, and they will continue for the future. And every 2 weeks I will be releasing a new indoor cycling class on the YouTube channel, so look out for those. I'm also continuing the series of the mental health issue, and also the Richard's rants are on their way as well. So everything is kind of back on track to a degree. I haven't planned or scheduled when I'm going to do them, but I will hopefully be releasing videos every week on a Monday and a Wednesday. As I mentioned before, the weekly updates may change slightly, and slightly different format, and I'm playing around with different stuff. I want to start filming stuff outside, and I want to start looking at when I go out on my bike, or if I'm going out doing some photography. I want to take you guys along with me just to document it and show you how rubbish I am at both. But I've still got this real block at the moment about talking to a camera outside, I don't know why, it's just bizarre. When I'm in my house or whether I'm in the garage or whatever the case may be, talking to you guys is easy. I haven't got an issue with it at all. But stepping outside into the big wide world with a camera and talking to it with people giving me funny looks, it just seems a little bit strange. So yeah, I'm hoping to go out on my bike on Friday, and I'm gonna try and do some test filming and see how it comes out. But yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I'll update you hopefully next week on that one. So that's pretty much it. So it's been an absolutely banging 2 weeks. As I say, my mind is kind of on a level now. I'm kind of into my new routine and I'm getting more comfortable with it. So hopefully we'll be able to continue with the videos, whether you like it or not. I'm going to keep producing them. So that's been my last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's been kind of crazy but kind of fun at the same time in a roundabout kind of way. And as I say, back on track, and we're going to produce 2 videos, Monday and a Wednesday. So this Monday coming, not sure what's going to go up. I think it's going to be another mental health episode on Monday, and then it might be a mixture of a weekly update and maybe a cycling, biking type video on Wednesday, but we'll see how Friday goes. So as ever guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching today. As ever, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Take care guys. Cheers.